Hello and welcome. It is wonderful to have you here with me today. Today we will talk about the 5 oils that you should remove from your kitchen right now, especially if you are over the age of 60, because of the damage they can do to your body. Then, we will talk about the 5 healing, nourishing oils that you should be using every single day to support your heart, your brain, and your joints. Before we begin, I have a simple question for you. I would love for you to take a moment and think about the main cooking oil you have in your kitchen right now. What is the one you reach for most often? Is it vegetable oil, olive oil, something else? Please just type the name of that one oil in the comments below. There is no right or wrong answer. This just helps me, and everyone else watching, to see what we are all commonly using in our homes. Alright, let us start with the oils we need to be very careful with. These are the ones I strongly suggest you avoid. The common thread among these oils is that they are highly processed and they promote a state of chronic inflammation in the body. Think of inflammation as a small silent fire burning inside your body. When you are young, your body is very good at putting out these fires, but as we get older, our ability to control this inflammation lessens. This slow-burning fire can contribute to joint pain, heart problems, fuzzy thinking, and a whole host of other age-related health issues. The oils we are about to discuss are like pouring gasoline on that fire. The first dangerous oil, and perhaps the most common one in households across the country, is soybean oil. You might not even have a bottle labeled soybean oil in your pantry, but I can almost guarantee you are consuming it. This is because it is a primary ingredient in what is often sold as vegetable oil. It is a blend, and soybean oil is almost always the main component. It is also hidden in an incredible number of processed foods. Go look at the labels on your salad dressings, your mayonnaise, your store-bought baked goods, crackers, and even some frozen meals. You will see soybean oil listed again and again. So what is the problem with it? The main issue is its fatty acid profile. Soybean oil is extremely high in a type of fat called omega-6 polyunsaturated fatty acids. Now, your body does need some omega-6 fats. They are not inherently evil. The problem is the balance. You need a healthy balance between omega-6 fats and omega-3 fats. Think of it like a seesaw. On one side you have omega-3s, which are anti-inflammatory. They help to calm things down in the body. On the other side you have omega-6s, which in excess are pro-inflammatory. They promote inflammation. Our ancestors ate a diet with a ratio of about 1:1. 1 omega-6 for every 1 omega-3. Today, because of oils like soybean oil, the average person's ratio is closer to 20:1. The seesaw is completely tilted towards the side of inflammation. This constant state of inflammation can make arthritis more painful, it can damage the lining of our blood vessels, contributing to heart disease, and it can even affect our brain health. Furthermore, the vast majority of soy grown today is genetically modified to withstand powerful herbicides, and it goes through an intense industrial process of high heat, pressure, and chemical solvents to turn it from a bean into that clear, odorless oil you see in the bottle. This process itself can create unstable molecules that cause damage to our cells. So please, check your labels and steer clear of soybean oil and any generic vegetable oil that contains it. The second dangerous oil on our list is corn oil. Much like soybean oil, corn oil is another very common and inexpensive oil that has found its way into countless food products and home kitchens. The problems with corn oil are very similar to those of soybean oil, but with a few of its own unique concerns. First and foremost, it also has a very poor omega-6 to omega-3 ratio. It is packed with inflammatory omega-6 fatty acids, which, as we just discussed, disrupts that crucial internal balance and promotes that low-grade chronic inflammation that is so damaging as we age. When your joints already ache, or you are trying to protect your heart, adding more fuel to the inflammatory fire with corn oil is the last thing you want to do. Beyond the omega-6 issue, we need to consider the source, corn. The corn used for oil production is not the sweet corn you eat off the cob at a summer barbecue. It is an industrial commodity crop, often genetically modified and grown for high yield and starch content, not for its nutritional value. Oxidation is a process you can think of as internal rusting. It creates unstable molecules called free radicals that bounce around inside your body, damaging cells, proteins, and even your DNA. This cellular damage is a key driver of aging and chronic disease. While corn oil has a high smoke point, meaning you can heat it to high temperatures before it starts smoking, that does not make it healthy. The damage is already done during the refining process, and heating it can create even more harmful compounds. So despite its prevalence, corn oil is another one to leave on the shelf. Our third oil to avoid is a bit of a surprise to many, and it has a rather unsettling history. It is cottonseed oil. Yes, you heard that right. Yes, oil made from the seeds of the cotton plant. The first question you might ask is cotton even a food? And the answer is no, it is not. Cotton is an industrial crop, grown for its fiber. Historically, cottonseed was considered a toxic waste product of the cotton ginning process. It was not until the early 20th century that chemists developed a way to process it heavily to make it edible and sell it as a cheap fat. The problem is that since cotton is not classified as a food crop, it is one of the most heavily sprayed crops in the world. It is subjected to a barrage of pesticides, herbicides, and other agricultural chemicals to protect the valuable fiber. These chemicals can accumulate in the seeds, and from there, they can become concentrated in the oil. The processing required to turn toxic cottonseed into a clear cooking oil is even more intense than for soy or corn. It must be bleached, deodorized, and further refined to remove a natural toxin called gossypol, which can cause significant health problems. The final product is an oil that is not only high in inflammatory omega-6 fats, just like the others, but may also carry residues of agricultural chemicals. It is a highly unnatural and man-made food product created from something that was never intended for human consumption. It is often used in processed snack foods like potato chips, cookies, and crackers because it is very cheap and extends shelf life. So again, this is a call to become a detective with your food labels. If you see cottonseed oil listed as an ingredient, it is a clear sign that the product is highly processed and best avoided for your health. The fourth dangerous oil is one that might cause some debate because it has been marketed for decades as a heart-healthy choice. That oil is canola oil. The very name canola was a marketing invention. It stands for Canadian Oil Low Acid. It comes from a modified version of the rapeseed plant. The original rapeseed plant contains high levels of a compound called erucic acid, which was found to be toxic to humans. So, scientists in Canada bred a new version of the plant with very low levels of this acid, and canola oil was born. On the surface, it looks better than the other oils. It has a lower amount of saturated fat and contains some monounsaturated fats, which are good for you. It even has a small amount of plant-based omega-3s. So, what is the problem? The problem, once again, is the processing. To get the oil out of these tiny seeds, the process is anything but natural. The seeds are subjected to extremely high heat, which damages the delicate omega-3 fats right from the start. This harsh industrial process not only destroys the beneficial omega-3s, turning them into something potentially harmful, but it also creates a small amount of trans fats. We will talk more about trans fats in a moment, but it is important to know that there is no safe level of artificial trans fat consumption. So while the original seed might have had some potential, the canola oil that ends up in the clear plastic bottle at the supermarket is a highly refined processed product that can contribute to inflammation and cellular damage despite its healthy reputation. If you are looking for a healthy oil, there are far better, less processed choices available. The fifth and final item on our list of things to avoid is not a single oil but a category: margarine and vegetable shortening, specifically those made with partially hydrogenated oils. For many years, we were told to replace natural butter with margarine to protect our hearts. This has turned out to be one of the most damaging pieces of dietary advice in modern history. This process of hydrogenation forces the chemical structure of the fat to change, turning it from a liquid into a solid or semi-solid at room temperature. This is what gives margarine its buttery, spreadable texture and shortening its solid form, which is great for making flaky pastries. The catastrophic side effect of this process is the creation of a new type of man-made fat called trans fatty acids, or trans fats. Our bodies have no idea how to process this artificial fat. Imagine you have a key that fits perfectly into a lock, That is a natural fat fitting into a receptor on your cells. Now imagine you take that key and bend it just slightly. It can still slide into the lock, but it cannot turn. It just gets stuck, jamming the mechanism. That is what trans fat does in your body. It gets into your cells and gums up the works. It is scientifically proven to be a disaster for cardiovascular health. It dramatically raises your bad cholesterol, the LDL, and it lowers your good protective cholesterol, the HDL. This is the worst possible combination for your arteries. It causes massive inflammation and is directly linked to an increased risk of heart attacks, strokes, and type 2 diabetes. Thankfully, many governments have now banned or strictly limited artificial trans fats, but they can still linger in some processed foods, especially baked goods, fried foods, and older products. So avoid anything with partially hydrogenated oil or shortening on the label like the plague. Natural butter in moderation is a far, far healthier choice. Now that we have cleared out the bad guys from our pantry, let us make room for the heroes. These are the oils that nourish your body, fight inflammation, protect your heart, and sharpen your mind. These are the oils that should be staples in your kitchen. The first and most celebrated healthy oil is extra virgin olive oil. This is the king of healthy fats and the cornerstone of the Mediterranean diet, which is famous for promoting longevity and good health. The key here is the term extra virgin. This means the oil was extracted from the olives using purely mechanical means without any high heat or chemical solvents. It is essentially fresh squeezed olive juice. This gentle process preserves all the powerful nutrients and antioxidants that make olive oil so special. The main fat in olive oil is a monounsaturated fat called oleic acid. This type of fat is wonderful for your heart. It helps to lower bad LDL cholesterol and maintain good HDL cholesterol. But the magic of extra virgin olive oil goes far beyond just its healthy fat profile. It is packed with powerful antioxidants and polyphenols. One of these compounds, called oleocanthal, has been shown to have anti-inflammatory effects that work in a similar way to ibuprofen. Imagine getting a small, natural anti-inflammatory dose with your salad every day. This can be incredibly beneficial for anyone dealing with the aches and pains of arthritis. These compounds also protect your brain, helping to ward off cognitive decline, and they support the health of your blood vessels, keeping them flexible and clear. How should you use it? Extra virgin olive oil is best for low to medium heat cooking, and it is absolutely perfect for use raw. Drizzling it over salads, steamed vegetables, or a finished soup is the best way to get its full benefits. High heat can damage some of its delicate polyphenols, so for high-temperature cooking, we will use a different oil. How much should you aim for? A great goal is about 2 to 3 tablespoons per day. This is roughly the amount of oil you would use to generously dress a large, single-serving salad or to drizzle over a plate of roasted vegetables. Be sure to buy your extra virgin olive oil in a dark glass bottle, as light can damage the oil, and store it in a cool, dark place. The second must-use oil is the perfect partner for extra virgin olive oil. It is avocado oil. If olive oil is the king of low heat and raw applications, avocado oil is the hero of high heat cooking. Like olive oil, it is extremely rich in heart-healthy monounsaturated oleic acid. It provides many of the same benefits for your cholesterol levels and cardiovascular system. It also contains vitamin E, a potent antioxidant that helps protect your cells from the rusting or oxidative damage we talked about earlier. The standout feature of avocado oil is its incredibly high smoke point. This is the temperature at which an oil begins to break down and smoke, creating harmful inflammatory compounds. Avocado oil has one of the highest smoke points of any plant oil, making it the ideal and safest choice for things like pan-searing fish or chicken, roasting vegetables in the oven at high temperatures, and even for frying if you choose to do so. Unlike the processed oils like corn or soy, avocado oil remains stable and safe when heated, so you get the benefits of the healthy fat without creating toxic byproducts. When you are buying avocado oil, look for one that is cold-pressed and unrefined or naturally refined, without the use of chemicals, to ensure you are getting the highest quality product. Using just 1 tablespoon to roast a tray of broccoli or to sear a piece of salmon is a fantastic way to incorporate its benefits into your diet. To give you a sense of the amount, 1 tablespoon of pure avocado oil contains roughly the same amount of healthy fat as you would find in about 1/4 of a large, whole avocado. It is a clean, neutral-tasting oil that lets the flavor of your food shine through, and it is an essential tool for healthy, high-heat cooking. Our third wonderful oil is virgin coconut oil. For a while, coconut oil got a bad reputation because it is high in saturated fat. However, we have since learned that the story of saturated fat is much more complicated, and the type of saturated fat in coconut oil is very unique and actually quite beneficial. A large portion of the fat in coconut oil is made up of something called medium-chain triglycerides, or MCTs. Most of the fats in our diet are long-chain triglycerides. These are more complex and require more work from our digestive system to be broken down and used. MCTs are different. They are smaller and are metabolized in a completely different way. They go directly from the gut to the liver, where they can be used as a rapid source of energy. Your body can burn them for fuel very efficiently, almost like it burns carbohydrates, but without causing a spike in your blood sugar. This makes them a fantastic source of clean energy, especially for the brain. Our brain loves to use this type of energy, and many people report clearer thinking and better focus when they incorporate MCTs into their diet. This can be particularly helpful as we get older and want to keep our minds as sharp as possible. Furthermore, coconut oil contains a substance called lauric acid, which has been shown to have natural antimicrobial properties, helping to support a healthy gut and immune system. When choosing coconut oil, it is vital to select virgin or unrefined oil. This means it was extracted from fresh coconut meat without high heat or chemicals, preserving its beneficial compounds. The refined version, often labeled RBD for refined, bleached, deodorized, does not carry the same health benefits. Virgin coconut oil is great for medium-heat cooking, baking, and can even be added to your morning coffee or oatmeal for an energy boost. A healthy amount to include is about 1 tablespoon per day. A tablespoon is about the size of a small pat of butter that you might spread on a piece of toast, making it an easy and satisfying addition to your routine. The fourth oil that deserves a place in your kitchen is one that should be treated like a special medicinal supplement. It is flaxseed oil. This oil is an absolute powerhouse of a specific type of omega-3 fatty acid called alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA. For those who do not eat a lot of fatty fish, flaxseed oil is one of the best plant-based sources of these crucial anti-inflammatory fats. As we have discussed, getting enough omega-3s is critical to counterbalance the overabundance of omega-6s in the modern diet and to help extinguish that internal fire of chronic inflammation. This is incredibly important for protecting your joints, your heart, and your brain. Regular consumption of omega-3s from sources like flaxseed oil can help to lubricate joints, improve skin health, support flexible arteries, and maintain healthy cognitive function. However, there is a very important rule with flaxseed oil: you must never ever heat it. The ALA fats are extremely delicate and fragile. Heat will damage them very quickly, turning them from a healing nutrient into a harmful oxidized substance. Flaxseed oil is for cold use only. It should be purchased in an opaque bottle, as light can damage it too, and it must be stored in the refrigerator to keep it fresh. So how do you use it? It is wonderful as a base for a salad dressing when mixed with a little vinegar and herbs. You can drizzle it over your oatmeal after it has been cooked. You can stir it into yogurt or cottage cheese, or blend it into a smoothie. It has a slightly nutty flavor that many people enjoy. Just 1 single tablespoon of flaxseed oil provides more than the daily recommended amount of plant-based omega-3s. To put that into perspective, that 1 spoonful contains the omega-3 equivalent of what you would find in a small 1-ounce handful of walnuts. It is a simple, potent way to boost your anti-inflammatory intake every single day. Finally, our 5th must-use oil is another wonderful nutty oil that is fantastic for your brain. It is walnut oil. Much like whole walnuts, which are famously shaped like a brain, walnut oil is renowned for its benefits to cognitive health. It is another excellent source of the plant-based omega-3 fatty acid, ALA, which fights inflammation throughout the body, including in the brain. But walnut oil also contains a unique profile of antioxidants and other phytonutrients that work together to protect our delicate brain cells from damage and support healthy memory and focus. As we age, protecting our cognitive function is one of the highest priorities, and including foods and oils that support brain health is a wise strategy. Just like flaxseed oil, walnut oil has very delicate fats that are easily damaged by heat. Therefore, it should also be used exclusively as a finishing oil, never for cooking. It has a rich, nutty, and delicious flavor that can elevate many dishes. Try drizzling a small amount over steamed asparagus or green beans. It is wonderful whisked into a vinaigrette for a salad with apples and cheese. You can even drizzle it over a bowl of soup just before serving or over your morning oatmeal. It adds a layer of flavor and a powerful dose of nutrients. Because it is so rich and flavorful, you do not need much. A teaspoon drizzled over your evening soup or morning oatmeal is a perfect amount to start with. The amount of healthy fat in that one single teaspoon is similar to the amount you would get from eating about 3 or 4 whole walnuts. Storing it in the refrigerator after opening is also recommended to preserve its freshness and potent health benefits. By incorporating these rich, flavorful finishing oils into your diet, you are not just adding taste, you are adding a layer of protection for your body and your mind. So there you have it. We have walked through the confusing world of cooking oils and hopefully made it much clearer. The takeaway is simple. We need to move away from the highly processed, factory-made inflammatory oils like soybean, corn, cottonseed, canola, and anything containing trans fats. In their place, we should embrace the natural, nourishing, and anti-inflammatory oils that have been used for centuries to promote good health. For your everyday low-heat cooking and salads, extra virgin olive oil is your best friend. For high-heat searing and roasting, turn to stable avocado oil. For a unique energy boost and medium-heat cooking, virgin coconut oil is an excellent choice. And for a concentrated no-heat dose of anti-inflammatory omega-3s, a drizzle of flaxseed or walnut oil on your finished food is a powerful medicinal touch. Making these small changes in your kitchen, swapping out just one bad oil for one good one, is a simple yet profound step you can take to protect your health, reduce pain, and enhance your vitality for all the years to come. If you found this information helpful and want more straightforward health tips for living your best life after 60, please consider subscribing to the channel. It helps us reach and help more people just like you. And finally, a quick reminder. The information shared in this video is based on extensive research and my experience in helping people with their nutrition and well-being. Please consult with your own healthcare provider before making any significant changes to your diet, especially if you have existing health conditions.